is Valley News Live at 4.
Tested positive on November the 29th. The individual is self-quarantining, and all close contacts have been contacted, and all close contacts thus far have tested negative.
Dr. Anthony Fauci speaking there on the first case of Omicron detected in the U.S. He said the person recently traveled from South Africa. Fauci said it's possible the new mutations in the variant result in a significant reduction in antibody levels, but vaccines and especially booster doses are likely to provide some protection. Fauci added it's still too early to tell whether the variant is more transmissible or more severe. Officials with the North Dakota Department of Health held a briefing on the variant today. Disease Control and Forensic Pathology Chief Kirby Kruger said the variant is concerning, and while there's a lot to learn, this won't change current mitigation practices in the state.
The things that we have been doing all along to help prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus, SARS-CoV-2, are still important today and still are going to help us to reduce the spread of Omicron if Omicron becomes present in our area.
Vaccine manufacturers are still researching their effectiveness against the new variant. Omicron detected in a patient in the U.S. comes as the CDC readies new testing protocols for international travel. Natalie Brand is at the White House, where the nation's top infectious disease experts fielded questions.
We knew that it was just a matter of time.
The U.S. has its first confirmed case of COVID caused by the new Omicron variant found in a fully vaccinated patient in California. The individual traveled from South Africa on November 22nd, has mild symptoms, and is self-quarantining.
You really can't take anything away from a single patient. It is we feel good that this patient not only had mild symptoms, but actually the symptoms appear to be improving.
The CDC is currently working to step up COVID testing requirements for travel to the United States. Right now, travelers have to be tested within 72 hours of arriving, but health officials are considering testing travelers one day before boarding U.S.-bound flights, regardless of their vaccination status or location.
I think you got to give these things a little bit of time, see what the experts have to say, and listen to the new guidelines.
Earlier, President Biden reiterated his plea to Americans.
The best protection against Omicron is getting a booster shot.
The president says on Thursday he will lay out his administration's strategy to fight COVID through the winter months. He said not with shutdowns or lockdowns, but with widespread vaccinations, boosters, and testing. The CDC is expanding surveillance for Omicron at 4 of the busiest international airports in the country, and cities and states are also boosting their own surveillance, testing samples of wastewater.
As that information comes in, we can use it to do targeted approach to try to contain it.
On alert for more cases of this latest COVID variant. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Dr. Fauci says in the next few weeks, the U.S. expects to learn a lot more about Omicron's transmissibility and severity from countries like South Africa, which have larger numbers of confirmed and probable cases. Wall Street has investors on another roller coaster ride today as an early stock market rally lost steam in afternoon trading. This afternoon pullback is the latest dizzying move for Wall Street's benchmark, which are partly the result of investors struggling to handicap how much damage this newest coronavirus variant will do to the economy. Hutch joins us now with a first look at your forecast. Hutch?
Stacey, thanks so much. What a wild way to start the season of winter. December 1st is meteorological winter, and boy, we have 60 degrees in Jamestown for a high today, 50 in Fargo. It was even warmer out to the west. It's still a little cooler, though, in northern Minnesota. Some clouds showing up at our home of economy location there in Grand Forks as our morning showers of snow and our slippery concoction of road mixture melting away. Scattered showers of rain in northwest Minnesota where temperatures are still cooler but near 40 degrees. 50 Fargo, near that in Devil's Lake. Look at Bismarck. Look at Mobridge. 70 degrees or better there. And out in southwest portions of North Dakota today near Hettinger. Here's a look at your temperatures for tonight. Mild, will stay cloudy, and we cannot rule out some sprinkles of rain here in the overnight hours. First alert weather day issued for Saturday, mainly the late part of the day and into Sunday. Some accumulating snow, some wind as changes are in the offing as we get a little deeper into winter. Stacey will have details on all of that coming up here in just a couple of moments.
All right. Thanks so much, Hutch. Fargo police released crime trends today for the past 30 days in downtown Fargo. Sergeant Brent Halverson says while they did have 32 citations and 26 arrests in that time frame, their report shows good numbers. Sergeant Halverson says of those, police took 3 reports for aggravated assaults, 8 criminal mischief calls, 14 theft reports, and 4 burglaries. Police are quick to note, though, in the aggravated assault cases, the people involved knew each other and that there aren't random people running around downtown Fargo assaulting people. Halverson adds his department took 2 robbery reports, which he says is very rare for downtown Fargo. Sergeant Halverson added the person they've been dealing with the most in downtown Fargo is this man, Philip Deary. Police say in the past 30 days, Deary has been involved in 16 incidents, most of them pertaining to harassing staff members and customers at the Jasper Hotel. Family members were at the site of a fire that destroyed a home south of Fargo late yesterday afternoon. The Cass County Sheriff's Office and a deputy state fire marshal are investigating. A man living there is hospitalized with serious burns. A woman was able to safely escape from the burning home. The house was a total loss. Still, no word on the cause. A Michigan community is mourning after yesterday's school shooting claimed a 4th life. The 15-year-old suspected shooter also wounded 8 people and now faces murder, terrorism, and other charges. Nancy Chen is outside of the school in Oxford, Michigan.
It was absolutely premeditated.
Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald identified the suspect in Tuesday's school shooting at Oxford High School as 15-year-old Ethan Crumbly before charging him as an adult.
We are charging this individual with 1 count of terrorism causing death, 4 counts of first-degree murder, 7 counts of assault with intent to murder, and 12 counts of possession of a firearm and the commission of a felony.
School shooting at Oxford High School.
The sheriff's office says the rampage began when the sophomore emerged from a bathroom with a semi-automatic gun and started firing at random.
We can't wrap our head around the incredible cold-blooded murder of kids. And so we looked for a why.
CBS News obtained this photo of deputies escorting the suspect into a sheriff's vehicle after taking him into custody.
Okay, well, come to the door and look at my bag, bro.
No. Yeah, bro.
He said bro. Before police cleared the school, video from inside a classroom shows sheltering students reacting to someone at the door before running to safety.
Drop backpacks, you're okay.
It's been more than 24 hours since the shooter opened fire in the school behind me, and the sheriff tells me that the teen suspect and his parents are refusing to cooperate with the investigation.
The sheriff's office says the suspect's father purchased the gun just 4 days before the shooting.
We are considering charges against both parents.
Tate Muir, a 16-year-old student athlete, was one of the victims.
We're not gonna hear his laugh anymore.
Local law enforcement and the FBI are sorting through social media and surveillance video, as well as examining the suspect's phone for clues. Nancy Chen, CBS News, Oxford, Michigan.
Officials also say they've obtained writings from the suspect's home and are examining those as well. A big day at the U.S. Supreme Court where the future of abortion rights hangs in the balance. Hundreds of protesters on both sides of the issue descended on the nation's capital as the 9 justices heard arguments in a case that could overturn Roe v. Wade. At the heart of the case is a Mississippi law that bans abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. It's a major test of the high court's 6-3 conservative majority, with a decision expected before summer of next year. 21 conservative states have already passed laws banning all or almost all abortions if Roe v. Wade is overturned, while 16 states are working on legislation to protect access to abortion. Minnesota National Guard families enjoyed a special Christmas delivery today with the return of 13 airmen from the 133rd Airlift Wing. They returned home approximately 60 days earlier than anticipated, just in time for the holidays. The team of security forces defenders provided base security in Kuwait, assisting with base closure operations following the withdrawal from Afghanistan. They also conducted joint training on air-based defense operations and helped evacuate Afghan citizens. Starting today, local musicians will help you get in the holiday spirit while flying out of Hector International Airport. The Artworks series is a collaboration with the Arts Partnership, where Fargo's airport hosts musical performances. It's happening weekly over the lunch hour throughout the month of December. The first performance was today at noon in the cafe area. The dates for the rest of the month are there on your screen. The next performance is Monday with the Silver Winds Flute Quartet. Still to come, California doing away with gas-powered lawnmowers. We'll tell you why and who it's affecting the most.
And no need to mow the lawn as we're heading into winter. We have some showers of rain tonight and temperatures in the 60s to the west. Some big-time changes are in the offing. We'll cool down and become more winter-like. First alert weather day is issued for your weekend ahead. I'll have details next.